There was a time in America when buying a new car felt like progress. Bigger engine, more screens, longer feature list, felt like moving forward. But somewhere between rising interest rates, longer loan terms, and cars that started feeling more like fragile electronics than machines, something broke. Not loudly, not suddenly, quietly. In 2026, Americans didn't stop loving cars. They stopped loving what cars had become. For decades, the American car dream was simple. Upgrade every few years. More power, more tech, more prestige. But people started doing the math. 7-year loans, 8-year payments, monthly bills bigger than rent in some cities. And the scariest part? Owning the car didn't feel like ownership anymore. Subscriptions, locked features, software updates deciding how your car behaves. The car was newer, but the joy was gone. In forums, in comment sections, in quiet conversations between friends, the same sentence kept appearing. I love cars. I just don't love this anymore. That sentence matters. Because when car people start saying that, something fundamental has shifted. For decades, the American car dream was simple. Upgrade every few years. More power, more tech, more prestige. But by 2026, that dream became heavy. Heavier cars, heavier payments, heavier stress. Even people who could afford expensive cars began asking uncomfortable questions. Why does my car payment feel like a second mortgage? Why does a simple repair cost thousands? Why am I scared of warranty expiration? Those questions don't lead to excitement. They lead to exhaustion. Dealers see it first. People walking in asking for lower payments, shorter loan terms, proven reliability, not horsepower numbers, not massive screens. They want cars that disappear into life, not dominate it. The irony? Many buyers who downgraded report being happier than before, not because they lowered expectations, but because they raised priorities. This isn't the end of the story, because once Americans stepped off the treadmill, something unexpected happened. They didn't just change what they bought. They changed how they felt about cars again. And that's where this story truly turns. When Americans stepped off the endless upgrade cycle, something unexpected happened. Driving felt lighter again. Not faster, not louder, lighter. The steering wheel no longer felt attached to a financial obligation. The gas pedal didn't come with anxiety. The dashboard didn't feel like a control panel for a fragile system. For the first time in years, cars felt like machines again, not liabilities. Downgrading didn't take joy away. It stripped away fear. People stopped worrying about door dings, stopped worrying about software updates, stopped worrying about whether a single repair would wreck their savings. They started driving more, longer routes, unplanned detours, late-night grocery runs just to clear their heads. Because the car finally felt like it belonged to them, not the bank. Ownership changes how you behave. When a car is affordable, reliable, and predictable, you stop treating it like glass. You live with it. You use it. You trust it. And that trust brings back something modern cars accidentally erased. Confidence. Car enthusiasts noticed it first. Not the influencers. Not the marketers. The real ones. People who used to spend weekends tuning, driving, and maintaining cars, until modern ownership drained the fun out of it. In 2026, many of them quietly returned to simpler cars. And they didn't feel like they went backward. They felt like they came home. This shift isn't small. Manufacturers see it. Dealers feel it. Banks are adjusting to it. Americans are no longer chasing the top trim. They're chasing balance. Affordable cars aren't selling because they're cheap. They're selling because they make sense. The industry once believed bigger screens and higher prices meant progress. But 2026 proved something different. Progress is sustainability. Progress is predictability. Progress is enjoying what you own. This isn't a reaction. It's a correction. Once people experience the calm of affordable ownership, they don't forget it. Once a buyer realizes they don't need to impress strangers to enjoy driving, they don't go back. The downgrade becomes an upgrade in every way that matters. Here's the truth nobody in advertising wants to admit. The best car isn't the one that turns heads. It's the one that lets you live your life without stress. In 2026, Americans didn't fall out of love with cars. They fell back in love with driving. If you've ever felt that pressure, that weight, that quiet doubt every time a payment hits, you're not alone. And if you care about real ownership, real driving, and smart decisions in a changing car world, stay here. This space is for people who love cars, not debt. Tell me in the comments, have you downsized your car? Or are you thinking about it? Sometimes the smartest move forward is a step back.